Alright, so Tempo Labs, the name for whatever this says, is a puzzle game akin to those like Portal, or the Entropy Center, or Portal 2, or Portal Lego Dimension, where you play as Lyra, some kind of axolotl employee person, going through multiple rooms of puzzles, using the unique gimmick of the game. But before I get onto the gimmick, I need to give a bit of history, since Tempo Labs was submitted to Gandi's 7th Game Jam, and was actually the first Game Jam I won. Yay! Yeah. So the theme of that Game Jam was you control time, and unlike most people who are probably going to make a game that consists of you like reversing time or speeding it up or something, I used my massive 500 IQ Among Us Play intellect to come up with an interesting twist on the idea, instead of controlling time in the traditional sense, or if you could record time. So going back to the gimmick of Tempo Labs, you find these nodes that resemble music notes around the map, and once activated they start to record Lyra. You can stop the recording at any time, and once you do, an echo of Lyra appears and acts out everything you did. So this effectively allows you to make clones of yourself. An example of a simple puzzle that uses the echoes is the first one, called Aurora 1, with just a door and a sensor. When you stand on the sensor, the door opens. When you walk to the door, you step off the sensor and oh no, the door shuts. Game impossible, 0 out of 5 stars, cancel. To solve the puzzle, you record yourself stepping onto the sensor, and then you make this echo go onto the sensor to open the door for you, to allow you into the next level. Now, this on its own is quite a simple puzzle, but it starts to get a little bit more complicated as new mechanics get introduced, like for example the dial, a switch that toggles each time when you or the echo goes through it, requiring you to think smart about your positioning, best shown off in Aurora 3. That was like actually the first level that I made, where you need to be on the right side of the screen while the two dials are active, meaning you need to time your echo's movements correctly along with your own. Another interesting mechanic is the disruptor, that if you touch the beam of it while recording or an echo smashes into it, the recording is stopped early, acting as a blockade for the echoes, unlike when they decide to phase through doors. Another mechanic is the hex pads, that freeze an echo in place when they touch it, meaning it doubles as both a negative puzzle element that can make a puzzle harder, but in some cases also a positive one that allows you to store an echo and its recordings. Now, individually, these mechanics introduce some basic puzzles, but once you start to mix them together and have multiple echoes, they can become a lot more challenging. Like, take for example the level titled Aurora 7, the last Aurora level in the game. This level uses both hex pads as its main gimmick, and it has about 3 different distinct areas contained in disruptors stopping you from moving echoes between them. And the only way to get to the goal is to activate 2 distinct sensors in the right order as well, while being at the very top of the map. Now, the actual solution for this, that I'm going to spoil, is that it requires you to use the hex pads in a beneficial way this time, because at the very top there's also a sensor that allows you to turn one off. The intended solution is to unfreeze this echo in the section below you that will trigger the first sensor that will cause the second echo to unfreeze and trigger the second sensor while you're stuck in this little room. So effectively you're unfreezing an echo that then unfreezes another echo. One of the main problems with the game is that I got a little bit carried away when decorating some of the areas, so it can make some of the maps a little bit hard to visualise. There's also like a whole second world too, but I won't spoil that here in case you actually want to try the game, since it's genuinely quite good. The branding looks well like this, and it's not very interesting to the low attention span Kellens of the Gandhi community, but feel free to check it out because it's genuinely quite good, and I don't think there's any big faults with it, unlike a certain game or multiple games of mine. Now, I want to talk about a third big inspiration for Tempo Labs, because before I actually joined Gandhi and then Scratch, I made quite a lot of games on there, and one of them was called Grab, a game where you get to read horrible dialogue while pulling around these cubes called Gary, and a few other names I don't remember, and subject them to the hatch of banishment in each level to move on to the next, with the gimmick being that I was a little bit too lazy to add colliders, so if you throw one of them at the wall, it shoots it back to the origin point. Now, this game is fully inspired by Portal, possibly, I think, and it also has a lot of inspiration over Tempo Labs, and it's mostly not a bad game, but it just steals Snakebird music for some reason. I've never even played Snakebird, so I don't know where I legally got it from, but it's definitely had like a lot of effect over Tempo Labs as a whole, and I'll put a link to both Tempo Labs and Grab in the description if you want to try Grab for some reason, but yeah.
Hey guys, did you know there's a glitch going on YouTube.com that causes you to unsubscribe from channels that you've been subscribed to for too long? So don't forget to hit that subscribe button for a chance to win my mystery box, and ring that bell for a chance to win my limited time Roblox UGC NFT, or I'll steal your internet cookies, and click the like button to bring back the Santa Workshop OST.